Welcome to our check in. Today, big topic for marriage. We got to be happy, right? Like, that's the whole idea. We need to be happy. That's the whole reason we get married, is to be happy. And kind of right along with that idea is the role and the power of patience. We haven't talked too much explicitly about that, but a good friend gave a recommendation. The role of patience in marriage, I think, is uh, key. It's essential. And I think this past couple of weeks, I've been seeing a lot of examples from couples that I see in my practice about the role of patience. And really, when there's patience, some amazing things happen. And we wanted to leave you with something that can help you understand that role of patience in marriage. Is that a good way of introducing what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, when we were talking about it earlier, what I thought about is what has helped me. Let's be honest. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't always the most patient. Um, I can take a stance of arrogance, of annoyance, of irritation about the weaknesses in you that come up over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think one of the biggest things that has given me patience with you is when I am sober, that you have to be patient with me too.
Mm-hmm.
That I have weaknesses that you're fighting to be patient with me about, as well as you have weaknesses that I'm working to be patient with you about. When I understand that it's both ways and that I'm not perfect and I got it all together, that's when I am best at being patient with you.
When you understand your side
When
about like how it feels on the other foot, basically,
Right.
that side.
Right, like the times that I've done something and you've been impatient with me, I remember how my feelings get hurt. I remember the hurt. And then I don't want to turn around and give that hurt to you. So I'm fighting to be patient with you, realizing also too you feel bad about it. Like you feel bad that we got to
Whatever
talk
the
about
issue
it
is,
again.
right.
And I don't want to heap more on you than what you're already putting on yourself.
Absolutely.
But that takes some maturity, and it just took me too long to get to that place. And I see it in marriage. But usually it's when the person thinks that they're the better of the two.
Well, yeah, it's hard to be patient when you feel like your spouse is a mess, right? Man, I married a hot mess. I married this annoying person, right? And yeah, I just gotta have patience. I know one thing that's helped me the most. It really does help. Uh, uh, the way we words, right? The biblical word, and the Bible gives a great view on this word that we translate patience. The word is actually, if you had to translate better, would be long suffering. The biblical use for patient, word for patience rather, and then the New Testament Greek is actually translated better, long suffering. Long suffering is this idea of tolerating discomfort, the ability to tolerate, like that ability to be uncomfortable, be somewhat level of in pain, and you can bear up under it until your goals are reached, or until the times that a farmer has got to be patient. He's got to be long suffering because it takes a while for their fruit to come, and you got to dig, and then you got to wait some more and wait some more. And that really helped me. That helped me in our marriages to realize that patience means you understand some things just don't change right away, and you got to be willing to put up with the stuff that doesn't change in your spouse or yourself, really, but in your spouse. And that doesn't feel good. And I share this with couples, and I think I shared it this week with a couple I got with, was you'll never have a happy marriage unless you're willing to be in an unhappy marriage for a long time. Why do you think that was
That was
appropriate, so to
when you
speak?
first said that, I was like, wow. Because that's the definition of long suffering, right? The idea that I'm willing to be uncomfortable and be unhappy because I believe that it's something good is gonna come, but I have to persevere through it. I have to stay in it, in the game, and I can't quit or give up or get out.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
I heard this song this week by Lincoln Brewster. It says, sometimes miracles take time. And while I wait, I will trust God.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so that's the thing in our marriages. Everything is not going to change quickly. And while I wait, what's my attitude going to be?
Yep.
Long suffering.
Long suffering. And look, one thing I always like to share now, and I'm going to share this with you. You married a particular set of problems for the rest of your life. And just when you're like, yeah, man, that's right, realize I'm actually talking to your spouse as well as to you. You each married a particular set of problems. There are some problems that we take with us in our characters, in our habits, that, to be honest, even if we want to change them, they may take a while to change. The things that probably are irritating you, frustrating you, the greatest quality you can develop in your marriage is whatever you can do to develop a sense of patience, a sense of, I am willing to have the fancy phrase, frustration tolerance, right? To realize that, man, this is a long-term issue. This is not like we're going to be married for a couple of years and, then check out. And if it's a long-term thing, I've got to be able to be put up with, for want of a better phrase, things that really can irritate me about my spouse. And so I want to encourage you, learn the power of patience. And realize your spouse has to be just as patient with you. We hope this helps. Remember that, and please give us some feedback. And until we see each other again.
This has been great.
This